What's up, people? I'm Shaggy, the Opinionated Hippie, and this is my album of the week for November 8th through the 14th, 2024. And it is Primal Scream's Come Ahead, which is one of those albums that is like just the perfect album at the perfect time, at least for me. Some albums I think resonate with us individually because of maybe where we are or what we are or who we are or why we are or when we are at a particular point in time. Um, and this is happening. I heard this, it dropped like at the end of, in the midst of a very, I guess, tumultuous time, I guess would be the right way, both in my life on a macro level and unfortunately on a micro level. And as someone who turns to music for escape, this was exactly what I needed at this point in time. The first song, Ready to Go Home, starts off with this absolutely awesome, just very soulful singing. And we get like a little bit of less than a minute of like kind of a psych soul vibe with a lot going on and just these awesome female voices singing. And then, as Primal Scream does so well over the decades, we drop into just an absolutely infectious bass driven dance groove that immediately is just like gets my blood pumping, gets me going. Just like, yeah, this is what I needed at this point. The other music I'm listening to currently is like Modest Mouse, like the dark early stuff. So, that's the balance. This is helping me strike that balance, and kind of uplifting my spirits and just kind of one of those albums that is just like you put it on and you kind of forget about your troubles and you really, really just enjoy the music, enjoy the dance grooves. It does have your typical sort of Primal Scream political stuff that seeps in there. There are songs that are probably more like an indie rock slash Brit pop vibe than a dance vibe. But the overall balance, I think, the way the album is sequenced is pretty well sequenced. We have enough dance songs that pop up throughout the album to keep that sort of dance vibe, the sort of the predominant vibe. And a lot of what they're leaning into on this album is sort of a late 70s disco, funk, soul with like that sort of Saturday Night Fever string energy with the Bee Gees would use. Just that really almost sappy, syrupy string sound that, when put correctly in the right dance songs, just works perfectly. Um, Really, really layered music. There's a lot going on in Primal Scream albums, but I think it all works to create just the right healthy atmosphere. I wouldn't rank it as their best, but it's a really good album, and it's just I get exactly what I need in November of 2024. Nice, healthy album. I think there's like 14 tracks on here or anything. But the first two songs, Ready to Go Home and Love Insurrection, just really nice late 70s disco vibe, dance vibe, a little funk light vibe. The second song is this nice little, very, very disco-y funk guitar, just playing some like nice chords to keep the dance energy up. Little Italian, I think it's not really a rap, but a little Italian interjection comes in at the end. We get some weird flavors. The bass playing is just fantastic. Anytime we get the dance energy, the bass is driving it as bass should in good disco dance songs. The third song, Heal Yourself, we kind of start to slip into um, somewhat of a chiller vibe, almost like an early 80s sort of blue-eyed soul Spandau Ballet meets Simply Red, but with the Primal Scream energy. Almost also flirts with like a mid-tempo just Brit pop vibe. Um, and then that's followed by an awesome Donna Summer-esque Innocent Money. Kind of reminds me of Last Dance. Was that Donna Summer Last Dance? I think it was Donna Summer. Whoever sings Last Dance, I don't think that was Donna Summer, but it kind of has that vibe, at least the strings as they come in the beginning. Another one that just has an awesome bass drop, and then the groove, we just start riding this groove afterwards. Um, Innocent Money, Melancholy Man, the energy of the song matches the title. Kind of a slower, chiller tempo, piano, guitar opening that's kind of chill. Kind of reminds me of like a a Blur, a slower song from Blur's sort of 90s period. Like on something like The Great Escape, one of those more like slower ballady type numbers has that kind of Britpop energy. Love Ain't Enough. This has more of a rock energy and some almost like early 60s twangy guitar that's in there. Not as twangy as early 60s stuff, but some really nice guitar energy in there. Not really a dance song, but there is this nice sort of relentless build that the song slowly has, and then strings come in and the song kind of just slowly like gains in heft as it goes on. After that, we get The Circus of Life, which has this really bouncy, acoustic, folky, hippie vibe. Lots of little eyebrows that are added throughout this song. We get some horns that come in later in the track. Kind of reminds me of like a world music light, like what Talking Heads were doing on their Naked album, something kind of like that. We get one of the longest songs on the album, False Flags, which is one of those sort of like patient, ballady type numbers where there's a lot of lyrics. It's a story about a soldier, his experiences. He comes home. What is it? He comes home with a fourth grade education and demons that are tormenting him. Not a very uplifting song, kind of depressing. But it's one of those nice, just patient. You want to just kind of sit back, listen to the tale be told. It's just got really good sort of that patient narrative energy. And it pairs really, really well with the following song, Deep Dark Waters, because almost immediately we drop right into this really upbeat, bass-driven pop song. Not really dance, but just really good, infectious, momentous energy. A nice classical guitar energy comes in there. There's like an acoustic guitar that's playing like quote unquote classical type lines. Just overall great energy, a great groove, and the 1-2 punch of the like 8.5 minute False Flags, followed by this much more poppy, upbeat, sort of just feel good Deep Dark Waters, despite the title. Really good pairing. Then we get The Center Cannot Hold. Another slight world music vibe here, some acoustic energy. It's upbeat. It's also weirdly spacey. Kind of evolves into this trippy dance vibe. The vocals are kind of low key, though the music is maybe trying to urge the vocals to be a little more enthusiastic, but there's a resistance there. So it's a nice like pairing of the two. And then the final official track before we get like edits of some of the stuff on the main album, like shorter versions of it, like maybe radio edits, which are kind of not needed, but they're just kind of thrown in there at the end. Settler's Blues is like this really nice kind of slow burning ballad. These like arpeggiated chords opening up and set this really kind of patient, chill vibe. A lot of lyrics in here. Really good album closer that's in no way uplifting. The album starts with a really positive, uplifting vibe, which is one of the reasons I like it so much. But by the end of the album, there's almost this like resignation. And the final song, Settler's Blues, feels like a reality check, like, which is maybe what I need right now. Don't want true escapism, but maybe need to keep one foot in reality, or maybe not. But it's kind of a reality check to close it out. And it's like the longest song on here, like 9+ minutes. But it's a good ending to your, I don't know, I mean, a typical Primal Scream album. You get dance energy, you get indie rock energy, some Britpop stuff going on. The lyrics are at times political, at times storytelling, at times just fun. It's a good listen. I can't say it's going to be in my top 10 of the year, but it's one I'm going to return to a lot. It's one I've really enjoyed listening. It's one I'm looking forward to dropping again as soon as I'm done with this video to get my day officially started. So yeah, solid Primal Scream. They're still making really good albums decades into their career. If you like any of their other stuff, I do not imagine why you would not like this. And if you have not ever checked out Primal Scream, this is a good starting point because there's a lot of albums that will pull you in even more, I think. Maybe some that won't, but none of them are really bad over their career. But yeah, that would be my album of the week. I highly recommend it. Check it out. It's a good listen. Got some good dance grooves. Yeah, Primal Scream. Come ahead. Subscribe, like, share, comment, do those things. and listen to this album. All right. Peace. Talk to you later.